What up, guys? Welcome back to another UFC Fight Picks video on the UFC 222 card, CYBORG versus Kunitzkaya. Let's go ahead and get started here with these picks. Let's go ahead and get started here with the Fight Pass prelims. We got Jordan Johnson versus Adam Milstead. Pretty much kind of like a striker versus grappler matchup. You got Jordan Johnson, the wrestler, versus Milstead, the good boxer, good striker, former heavyweight also. So it makes the fight very interesting to see how he's going to look at this weight class. So Jordan Johnson has, looked pretty good in the UFC. Has shown, to be a good grappler. He'll take you down, just kind of beat you up, kind of just smother you. Kind of like, I want to say, almost like a Patrick Cummins, maybe like a little bit like a DC type of style, but obviously not as good. His stand-up looks okay, but obviously Milstead here is way better on the feet. Milstead, he has some good boxing, good hooks. Hasn't used much kicks from what I've seen in his UFC starts. Primarily just likes to box. So it just pretty much comes down to, can Milstead stop the takedowns? In his first fight against De La Rocha, he was able to stuff that guy's takedowns. But against Curtis Blades, obviously Blades just kind of destroyed him, took him down pretty easily. But Blades is a big heavyweight, and Milstead was a very small heavyweight, which is why now he's at 205. So I wonder, how much stronger he's going to be at this weight class, and if he going to be able to stuff those takedowns. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a shot at a Milstead here and pick him as my official pick. I do like Jordan Johnson also for DraftKings and stuff like that, but my official pick here, guys, is going to be Adam Milstead. I think he's going to be able to keep the fight on the feet. I think he's a lot sharper on the feet. And yeah, if he's able to stuff those takedowns, I think he's going to have enough power to probably even get that knockout. So I'll take Adam Milstead, second round knockout. Alright, guys, next fight we got Brian Caraway versus Cody Stamann. Pretty easy fight for me to pick. I'm taking Stamann in this matchup. Caraway hasn't fought in a while, and Cody Stamann here has been looking pretty good in his UFC career so far. Only has one loss, has very high striking output, good wrestling also. So yeah, man, I could see Stamann just beating Caraway up pretty much in every position here. So I'll take Stamann all day. I think he just beats him up over the course of 3 rounds. Caraway seems like he's pretty durable. So yeah, Stamann by decision. Next fight, guys, featured fight on the Fight Pass prelims. You got Mike Pyle, an old veteran, versus Zach Otto. So Mike Pyle, like I said, just kind of like an old veteran. Has kind of a bad chin nowadays. Very old, at 42 years old. And Otto hasn't looked that great in the UFC. So it's kind of like, do I really want to take the old veteran who can't take a big shot anymore? Or do I want to take this kind of, not too great of a fighter, but, he's like 10 years younger and maybe could even knock out Pyle? Yeah, I think everybody, as you guys can see here, Zach Otto is -310 favorite. Everybody's pretty much picking Otto. It makes sense. Pyle, like I said, this guy can't take any more damage. His chin's very questionable. I mean, you hit him and then he's going to get rocked. He's going to get hurt. And you'll probably, get him out of there. Pyle does have some good striking, good jiu-jitsu, but I mean, Otto isn't really a power puncher, but even he has some knockout victories. So if he's able to get a good shot in, he hurts Pyle, and instead of just going for the knockout on the ground, maybe he just taps him out or something like that, because Otto does have some submission wins. So the way I see the fight playing out is maybe Pyle's getting the best of him on the feet, but Otto clips him. Pyle's obviously on the, Pyle gets dropped because, well, obviously he gets dropped from that punch, and he's on the ground. Then maybe Otto catches him with some sort of submission or something like that. So yeah, that's the way I see the fight playing out. So I'll go ahead and just pick Zach Otto, and yeah, I think he gets the knockout here, or I mean the submission or the knockout, but I'll say knockout actually, second round knockout. So yeah, now for the FS1 prelims, we got CB Dalloway versus Hector Lombard. Two guys, you know, who also have durability issues. Lombard gasses, and he has durability issues. And you got Dalloway, you know, his chin isn't that great. I think he's serviceable if he's able to, you know, avoid getting clipped. But I mean, Lombard's quick still, very explosive in that first round. So it just kind of depends if Dalloway could weather that storm. I think Lombard here needs a win, so I'm going to go ahead and take Lombard in this matchup. But it's kind of an even fight. It's -125 for Lombard. So yeah, very even fight. But yeah, I think Lombard just, you know, clips him early, has him hurt. And yeah, Dalloway ain't going to be able to recover. And Lombard comes out of here with a first round knockout. So Lombard first round KO. Next fight, we got Dodson versus Pedro Munoz. I'm going to go ahead and take Pedro Munoz in this matchup. His striking is not that bad, and he has excellent jiu-jitsu. So for some reason, the fight goes to the ground. He's going to be a lot better. Also, he always finds a way to get, I think it was the guillotine choke. This guy's always getting the guillotine choke. That's his favorite choke. So I could see him maybe, you know, somehow catching Dodson with it, or just kind of outpointing Dodson on the feet. Dodson just isn't that great. He's kind of just a point fighter. And yeah, I just see Munoz winning this fight. I think Munoz is the underdog though, for sure. Yeah, plus 133. So yeah, I'll take Munoz to win. I'll say by decision. Next fight, we got Beneil Dariush versus Alexander Hernandez. So I don't know anything about Hernandez. Seems to be a well-rounded fighter though, but I mean, I'm just gonna take Dariush, guys. Dariush is, you know, a proven fighter. Hernandez making his debut. You know, seems to be kind of like a good fighter. Could be a good prospect, but I don't think he's gonna be able to be good enough to be able to beat Dariush, a guy who's a very high-level fighter, excellent striker, and excellent grappling skills. So, I mean, you never know. Maybe this Hernandez guy comes in and, you know, looks impressive. But, yeah, Dariush is -400 favorite. And, yeah, man, it makes sense. So I'll go ahead and take Dariush over this newcomer here. I'll say Dariush wins by decision. Featured fight on the FS1 prelims. We got Ashley Yoder versus Mackenzie Dern. So I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, get on the hype train here and pick Mackenzie Dern. Very good jiu-jitsu. And Yoder here has 2 losses in her UFC career so far. Hasn't won yet in the UFC. I think this is probably a good matchup for Dern. You know, to take pretty much Yoder down to the ground, someone that likes to grapple and work for her submissions. So I'll take Mackenzie Dern here in this matchup. I think she's gonna get a submission win. Probably, I'm gonna say second round. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Alright guys, now for the main card. We got Kat Zingano versus Ketlin Vieira. You got Zingano, I think, is a slight underdog. Yeah, actually, damn, she's actually a pretty sizable underdog there, plus 172. And Vieira's at -202. I didn't think the line was that wide there. So yeah, Zingano hasn't fought in a while. Her last fight against Juliana Pena, she lost. Vieira has, you know, been looking good in her UFC career so far. She's undefeated, 9-0. Has a judo background, also jiu-jitsu. Seems strong. Her striking seems okay, which is why I think Zingano here should be the better striker in this matchup. She's tough, she's durable, and if she makes it a dogfight, I think she's gonna be able to win this fight. I don't think Vieira is gonna be able to beat Zingano on the feet, which is where I mostly see this fight playing out. So that's why I'm taking Zingano in this matchup. And on the ground, Zingano's not exactly a bum, so I mean, I think Zingano here is a very solid pick. I don't know why she's such a big underdog. I don't know, maybe it's because, you know, the time off, the knee surgeries or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and still take Zingano here. I think she'll find a way to get it done. We could see her maybe even get a finish here, maybe like a 3rd round knockout. So I'll take Zingano, 3rd round KO. Alright guys, next fight we got Stefan Struve versus Andrei Arlovski. So I'm going to take Struve in this matchup. Both these guys, you know, have durability issues, kind of like that Dalloway Lombard fight. But I think Struve having that reach, being the younger fighter, is going to be able to help him get the win here. Arlovski is actually coming off a win against Junior Albini. I didn't think he was able to. I didn't think he was gonna be able to beat Albini, but man, Albini did not look good at all in that fight. And yeah, man, I expect Struve to look a lot better here. He has really good striking, training at that new camp or whatever. Yeah, man, I expect him to look more improved and just pretty much land the first shot here on Arlovski. Obviously, Arlovski could also get the knockout here, but I think Struve's going to be the one getting it here. So I'll take Stefan Struve. I'm going to go ahead and say 1st round KO. Next fight, we got Sean O'Malley versus Andrei Toth. So let's go ahead and just check out both these guys' pages real quick. So you got Sean O'Malley here, undefeated. And he's coming from that Dana White show, Tuesday Night Contender Series. Had a 1st round KO in that fight. And in his UFC debut against Tyrion Ware, he had a really good, fun fight. Landed a shit ton of significant strikes. And yeah, I was able to win that fight there by decision. And Andrei Toth, a good striker. Actually lost both his fights, both his first 2 fights in the UFC against Morales and Alejandro Perez, both of them by split decision, so close fights. And in his last fight, he actually knocks out a very good prospect in Luke Sanders. He knocked him out in the 2nd round with a big punch. And yeah, man, so that's why they pretty much gave him this main card spot against Sean O'Malley, kind of a guy they're hyping up. Toth's actually the favorite here, -120. Toth, man, he looks like a solid striker, excellent takedown defense. I see this fight playing out on the feet. Both these guys are good strikers, but I think Sean O'Malley, his creativity on the feet and his striking output is pretty damn high. So I like Sean O'Malley here in this matchup. I think he's just gonna be the more faster fighter. And also just be the more, diversified fighter. He's going to throw more different types of attacks. Whereas Andrei, he just kind of likes to box. Kind of like more of a multi-style. But, you know, obviously he likes to, you know, throw those hands. He has good power, obviously, as you guys saw in that fight against Sanders where he, you know, he clips him and knocks him out. But, I mean, unless he catches Sean O'Malley, I don't see him really winning this fight. So, I'll take Sean O'Malley here to win, I'm going to say by 3rd round knockout. So we're on to the co-main event, guys. We got Frankie Edgar versus Brian Ortega. Very good, you know, fun fight here. Good matchup. Probably I want to say the best fight on the whole card here, actually. Very good fight. It's pretty much a contender bout. So yeah, man, you got Brian Ortega coming off a really good win against Cub Swanson. Was able to tap him out in that 2nd round, I think it was. And you got Frankie Edgar. I think he's coming off a win against Rodriguez, or let me see. Yeah, against Yair Rodriguez. He looked good in that fight. Rodriguez had no answer to you know, the takedowns, and Edgar was just able to smash him on the ground. But in this matchup, I like Brian Ortega. I think he is the underdog here, plus 133. Obviously, Edgar's a beast. You know, good striking, good wrestling, good cardio, keeps coming, and he's durable. He's very solid everywhere, and only really loses to, you know, Jose Aldo, it seems like. But yeah, Brian Ortega, I think this guy has good boxing, good strike output. Obviously his main game is you know, is a submission game. Excellent triangles, you know, excellent off his back. I mean, he's just a killer anytime you're engaging with him on the ground. even clinching or anything, like anything where he could grab a hold of you, you know, he's gonna be dangerous. So pretty much you gotta just stay standing with him the whole time, because like I said, this guy's pretty much just dangerous if you're anywhere near him. So, you know, Ortega's able to bust out these submissions like how he did at Cub Swanson. You know, from close range, he grabs onto to his neck and whatnot. So it's gonna be a hard fight for Edgar here, I think. And Ortega's boxing's been looking pretty good, so I wonder how Edgar's gonna, you know, try to win this fight. I think he's gonna want to just, you know, just box up Ortega on the feet, but Ortega's improved boxing. It's gonna make that a challenge, I think. I say Edgar probably is still the cleaner boxer, but Ortega's length also is gonna be able to help him here in this matchup. So I feel like sooner or later Ortega's gonna be able to catch Edgar with some sort of submission. Or a scramble or something like that, and get the sub. So I'll take Brian Ortega here, guys. This guy's always getting like second or third round submissions or finishes, I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Ortega third round submission. I think maybe Edgar wins the first round, Ortega starts figuring him out in the second, and in the third round he finally catches him with the submission. So yeah, Ortega third round sub. Alright guys, now for the main event. CYBORG versus Yana, Kunitzkaya. So yeah, man, very easy fight to pick. Obviously, I'm taking CYBORG here in this matchup. You can't really pick against CYBORG, guys, especially against a newcomer to the UFC. Kunitzkaya, I think, has a Taekwondo background and whatnot, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to beat Cris CYBORG. I mean, this is probably I mean the GOAT of women's MMA. Yeah, no one's gonna be able to stop CYBORG, guys. It's gonna be hard for someone to be able to beat her. So yeah, man, hard to pick against her. I say CYBORG just finishes her early in this fight, probably first or second round knockout. So yeah, man, CYBORG, I'll go ahead and just say second round knockout. Yeah, not really the best main event, but you know, they had to throw in that title fight. But yeah, hopefully, you know, Yana makes the fight interesting, but I don't see it happening. So yeah, guys, that's it for my picks. Let me give you guys my top 3 most confident picks. Number 1 would have to be Cris CYBORG. She's obviously the biggest favorite, you know, of the card. Negative 1,600. That's huge right there. But yeah, man, she's pretty much a for sure win. I know it's MMA. What if she gets caught or something like that? You never know. Kunitzkaya does have arm bars also, but I don't see it happening. So yeah, CYBORG is my number 1 most confident pick. Next would have to be, let's see, who else do I like? I'm going to say Beneil Dariush, followed by, I don't know if I want to say Mackenzie Dern or Otto. I'll go ahead and just say Dern. I think she's a little bit safer. So I'll go ahead and say CYBORG, Dern, and Dariush are my top 3 most confident picks. Probably all 3 of them are gonna win, but you never know in MMA. Least confident pick would have to be, yeah. So for the least confident pick, I'm gonna go ahead and just say Adam Milstead. Maybe, you know, he just gets ground and pounded, taken down easily by Jordan Johnson, a really good wrestler. I mean, I really do think Milstead's gonna be able to stuff some of those takedowns and just box him up. But I mean, you never know. So I'll say he's probably my least confident pick. I think everybody else should do decent. But yeah, Adam Milstead here is my sleeper. So let's see how that fight plays out. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. I do these UFC fight picks videos every time there's a UFC card. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know who you guys picked, and yeah, enjoy the fights, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.